Hey friends! Happy Saturday! Look what came in the mail! Hooray! Prysm.io! It is finally here. Christmas came early. Actually, I've been waiting for this for almost 2 weeks, plus a year and more. It's here. I just scored myself first scan 710. That's the Purple Club. That's really, really high. It's up from my last scan, which was 520. So it's proving that my score is going up, my nutritional health score. Come with me downstairs to the fire. We're gonna have an entourage of animals today. Come on. Yay! Oh, I'm so happy. My first Prysm.io got lost. Yep. Horrible shipping company. Unaccountable. They've lost other packages, really important packages of mine. And thank goodness, Nu Skin is impeccable. They sent me a replacement and it just got here. So I'm so happy. It's time to hashtag scan the world. And it's been awesome to see everybody getting their Prysm.io, and I've just been so anxious because I've been pioneering this as a leader, pioneering this new health technology to market for over a year now, and finally getting my hands on it myself, and excited for those that see the vision and where this is headed with Prysm.io and beyond. So exciting times. We're going to be fireside for a short live stream today about something else. We're going to talk about really vital, important, relatable theme as well. Okay, so we're fireside here in my living room. We started upstairs with the Christmas tree. We just got that up. My sister's in town, so we're having some, come on Lucy. We're having some fun sister time right now, which is great. We're dog sitting, pet sitting my friend's dog for the day. Come here. Lacey, she's a cutie pie. She'll probably be in the live stream. And she is deathly afraid of our cat, Boots, who is a total bully. I swear he's saying like mean things to her and she just cowers. So she's gonna be by my side during this live stream. Say hi where you're joining. I love to see all my beautiful friends from around the world here in Facebook land and YouTube. And you are beautiful. You are beautiful and brilliant, and it is my honor to play with you in this lifetime. And it's just getting really juicy and potent, don't you think? Just like you feel, oh my goodness, you wake up every day excited to jump out of bed in gratitude and just be like, wow, is this my life? Yes, this is my life. Thank you, universe, God, source, creator, or fill in the blank. And wow, what an amazing time to be alive. And today we're going to be talking about gratitude, deep, humbled gratitude, and the magic that it magnetizes into one's life when you exist in the state of humble gratitude. So I have a really great story I want to share to you. By the way, cheers. Smoothie a day keeps all sickness, illness, oxidative stress, faster aging away. Cheers. Smoothie a day. Another reason my score's so high, 710 is in the Purple Club. That's an A+ in nutritional health. And then there's going to be 22 other biomarkers coming through as well that we're going to be able to measure real time in 15 seconds, non-invasively. Isn't that exciting? From the comfort of your own home, like I just did today. My unboxing video is coming soon. Stay tuned for that. And tomorrow I'll do a live demo of the Prysm.io, how it works, what does it do, why do you want to know about it, and how this is going to be empowering the world right now in the most amazing way. And so we'll do that tomorrow. I'm not sure what time. My sister has some plans for me in the late morning, so stay tuned on the live demo. It'll probably be early afternoon Central Standard Time, and as soon as I know what my schedule looks like, I'll communicate that to you so you can stay tuned for that and join in And you can bring your questions, bring all your questions, and if you are in the Green Bay, Wisconsin area for the next, well, until the last day of this month, let's get you scanned. Let's find out the truth about your health, right? No more guessing. We can actually know. And that's what people, they deserve to know the truth, real time. And so I'm excited to help bring that transparency into the world right now. And especially when people are thinking about, they're spending all these extra dollars, hundreds of dollars, maybe more, on supplements. Nobody knows if they work, right? And typically most people are throwing their money in the trash and even potentially harming themselves with low quality, predatory supplements, and they just don't know. And so now we're bringing that type of scientific measurement right now, real time, more accurate than a blood sample, a blood test. And now we can find and start measuring our nutritional health score. So finally got my Prysm IO. Oh, I'm so excited. Gotta scan everybody. I'm heading to, on the 1st, I'm heading to, so a little update, to California. I'm heading to Santa Monica, and I'll be there for a while, and then I'm heading up north to the Bay Area, San Francisco Bay Area. And so I'm looking forward to seeing all my friends, family members in those areas. I spent a lot of my time, a lot of my life living in the San Francisco Bay Area, so it'll be nice to return. And now with something so amazing in hand, and we're gonna scan the world together. Let's have some fun. So if you're in those areas, let's connect. And I'm really excited to be moving to warmer weather because it's been really cold here in Wisconsin, and I am not a cold weather fan. So if you're watching this now, say hi where you're joining, what part of the world. I love to bounce around to at least 3 or 4 continents. So more coming soon on next adventures around the world, business and pleasure, and just so many exciting things happening. And so back to the theme of today, which is humbled gratitude. I was thinking about this story, and I thought, you know what, this is really powerful to share. And especially as we're starting to wind down the end of 2025, I know that a lot of people start becoming more introspective at this time. And they start looking at their whatever dreams, goals, intentions they've set up for the year. You know, did they work on themselves? Did they improve themselves during this year? How far have they come when they look back? Hi, Human, how are you? Hey, I'm going to be in the Bay Area very soon now. I'm going to connect with my Bay Area friends. So a lot of people are very introspective, and I think that's awesome anyway, to go within and reflect, and I say even rigorously dissect oneself, because that's how we truly grow. You know, the theme that I've been talking about the most in 2025 is self-mastery, which is why we're all here on this planet anyway. Our incarnation is to master oneself, know who you truly are, know your power, and embody that, and help others do the same. I mean, that's how we create heaven on earth. Heaven on earth is Christ consciousness, unconditional love, realized by every soul. I would say more like re-remembered by every soul. And that's how we are creating it now. It's not some faraway place. It's here now in us, in each and every one of us. So as we are becoming more introspective at the end of the year, looking at ourselves, maybe creating some new goals, intentions, visions, a vision for oneself. How can you hit a target if you don't know where it is, right? You're like, whoosh, archery, whoosh, you got to know where the target is. You got to know where you're headed. And that's why I say the ideation stage, the visioning stage is so powerful and exciting. I love it. It's so juicy and powerful and potent. And to be able to create that with another soul is like a high like nothing else, especially if one is commensurate frequentially, and especially if that trajectory is commensurate as well. Wow, what an exciting endeavor. It is like a high to co-create with someone that is aligned frequentially. And it's just so much fun. I'm going to have a session with my sister this afternoon. We both are creating a lot. Typically, and this is out of the womb for both of us, we are creators, generators. And it's just, it's like breathing to us. And everything we create is out of service to our global soul family as well. It's always about upliftment. And that makes it even more pure and powerful, because it's not out of greed or entitlement, or like you see so many narcissistic accounts on social media. Me, look at me, attention, please, prop me up, see how good I am. Let me push others down, you know. It's not that at all. It's coming from that pureness of oneness and love for all. Let's rise together. Now that's powerful. That's a powerful place to create from. So my sister and I are up to a lot. And we're going to do a nice envisioning ideation stage for both of what we're doing now for 2026 and moving forward. So that's going to be awesome. Meanwhile, so just, I would say like a week ago, 1 year ago, my sister and her husband, Miguel, were standing on top of the world's tallest freestanding mountain that they summited. That's Mount Kilimanjaro. And I was so happy for them, because it is an expedition like nothing else. Most people probably wouldn't put that on their bucket list, to go climb the world's tallest freestanding mountain in Tanzania. And I'm so proud of anyone that goes for these huge, meaty bucket list goals, right? That goes for it, even if it's not huge. It's something meaningful, purposeful, and when somebody takes the courage and the gumption to go for it, whatever it is, I'm gonna clap and lift someone up. Even if it's something that I maybe don't resonate with or even understand, but when somebody goes for it, like I am cheering that soul on, because that's about expansion, growth, moving out of one's comfort zone, right? That's what we're here to do. So I say, give someone a bravo, a cheers, whatever it is that they're doing, small, big, it doesn't matter. So I climbed Mount Kilimanjaro back in 2019, and I have a quick story that I want to tell you about this, because this goes back to humbled gratitude, the theme of today's live stream. By the way, share this live stream, get it out there into the world. This is what we want, meaningful, uplifting topics, which is what I'm going to be covering for the rest of my physically focused lifetime in conscious filmmaking. One of the reasons I'm here, I'm a storyteller. And one of the fastest, most dynamic, compelling ways that we can uplift and reach, inspire into taking action is through filmmaking. Whether it be a short film, a long film, you know, an epic feature-length film series, live streams, whatever it is, they all play their part. They're all powerful and potent for the upliftment of humanity. So I know a lot of people may not read a book or go to a seminar. However, they will watch a movie. They'll watch a video, especially if it's done really, really well. It's compelling, right? And I see that potency, that dynamic aspect of filmmaking, for me, one of the most powerful ways to uplift and reach the masses. So that's going to be a huge focus of mine in a much bigger sense. So you'll be learning more about that soon. In the meantime, come here, Lacey. So I had this dream in my heart to climb Mount Kilimanjaro. And it was one of those items on the bucket list that I would talk about as I was walking across Spain on 8 pilgrimages from France to Portugal, across Spain. Why, Amy, would you want to walk 8 pilgrimages, walk across multiple countries, taking 30 to 40 days per pilgrimage? I don't know, I just love it so much. It's about transformation, the hero's journey. You know you're going to come out the other side different, changed, transformed. And I saw that the same about climbing Mount Kilimanjaro. So here's how the story goes. I'm going to tell it to you quickly, so stay with me. You're going to love this. I had this dream of climbing Mount Kilimanjaro, and I saw myself at the top of this beautiful, amazing mountain in Tanzania. And I knew it was difficult. It's almost 20,000 feet, right? A lot of people don't make it up to the top. Some people die trying. And for me, it was just this like beacon calling me, like, Amie, you gotta do this expedition, this trek, right? And I love hiking, but I haven't been so adept or even done a lot of high altitude hiking or expeditions. And I had just gotten back from Spain and Portugal, France and Belgium. I was over in Europe for a while, and I had walked a couple pilgrimages. You've seen my video series. And it was a bit jolting because my boyfriend at the time, who lives in Belgium, we fell in love the year before walking a pilgrimage on the Camino together in Portugal and Spain. That's why I see so many videos from me in Belgium. We traveled all over Europe and Northern Africa together. And when we got out a year later on the Camino, he broke up with me, which in hindsight it was a relief because we were not aligned to be together. But it was just shocking to me in the moment of how it happened. And if you were around when that happened, you'll remember some pretty crazy stories. What? And I was so vulnerable and just honest with everyone. Everyone was crying on camera when that happened. And everybody was so uplifting and loving to me, which I appreciate so much. Like, people came out of the woodwork supporting me through that. And he and I are still friends. I don't hold on to anything. For me, it's just the perfection of a pre-life agreement that was held and made for the purpose of growth of two souls, right? We're still friends. In fact, he's a friend on Facebook, so he might be watching this. Hi, mwah, much love. Anyway, so we were meant to be together, and I was just coming back from Europe after that breakup. And I was just walking it out, trying to, walking it out on a pilgrimage, walking it out, period. It's, to me, one of the best forms of therapy. Like, I'm not necessarily one that will go to a therapist or do all these other different measures. Not that there's anything wrong with those, to each their own. I'm a fan of, like, get outside, nature, walk, solitude. It all takes care of itself. This is why you see me outside in nature walking so much or hiking. Anyway, so long story short, I was kind of coming back on low fumes, financially, emotionally, everything. And I was just like kind of a blank slate, like, what's next, universe, right? I trust, I surrender to flow state. Please guide me. God, source, creator, guide me to what's next. I want to be the conduit. Let me be the conduit, the vessel for flow state, for God to flow through and direct, for me to be of my highest good and service and timeline in this incarnation. And there was these 3 days. I was actually back here in Wisconsin, and my sister was here, and we were all just having a good family bit of time together because they hadn't seen me. I was over in Europe for several months, and I just got this call, like this higher self guidance to go quiet, to be still and know. And I started walking for 3 days here in Wisconsin, and it was nice outside. It was summer, so, and I got quiet and let it flow through me. And I walked and I walked and I walked. And what came through to me was, Amie, go climb Kilimanjaro now. Not only go climb it, you're going to make a documentary film about this as well. And you're going to take a lot of people with you vicariously. Right, Lacey? And so, and I was like, yes, I received this. I am surrendered. Okay, I have no altitude training. At that time, it was like going on low fumes financially, coming back, you know, from a broken heart, getting, you know, dumped on the Camino from my boyfriend then, my Belgian boyfriend. And I'm like, okay, guess I'm climbing Mount Kilimanjaro. And I didn't doubt it. Like, it was just so certain, that certainty marinated deep in me, and I didn't doubt. I just full trust that not only was I going to climb Kilimanjaro without any training, just go there untrained, no altitude training, no high altitude hiking, no hiking outside of just walking on the Camino. I was gonna go climb the tallest freestanding mountain in the world, make a film about it, and do a 5-day safari right after, where you're with the animals, filmmaking the whole experience. And after that amazing time in Kenya and Tanzania, boom, back to Europe, and finish the year by walking the northern route in Spain on my, what's that, 6th Camino. I was like, all right, guess this is what I'm doing. And the reason I'm telling you this is because, number one, it was not doubting the source of this vision for my life to do something massive, big. Most people would probably be like, oh, no, too big, like, shut it down, reject that immediately because of the bigness of it, right? How? Money. It takes money to do expeditions like that, and to travel, and you know, can you make it physically? Because people die trying to do this, you know, this feat, climbing almost 20,000 feet, and especially without training. I'm just gonna go on a whim to Eastern Africa and do this? Yes. I trusted the vision that was sent to me, through me. I didn't doubt it. And typically my MO, because I am in trust and surrender to source, is I will happily go run off the edge of that high cliff, whoosh, knowing full well I'll grow wings on the way down. That is something unique about me. And it is because I do trust source. And so this vision came so clearly to me. And instinctively what I felt was trust, that certainty, and also to remain in humbled gratitude. That it was all going to work out, all the pieces and moving parts of doing something so big like that. Such a big bucket list. 1, 2, 3, right in a row, that it was all going to work out. Hi, John, how are you? Yeah, say hi, what part of the world you're joining from. So Mount Kilimanjaro, the vision came, didn't have the funds, no altitude training, really like this, going by myself, you know? And then after that, another, you know, my 6th pilgrimage on the Camino. So what I did was I didn't let the cursed how, shoot me in the foot or shoot myself in the foot, block myself from this vision, which is what a lot of people will do. They'll just stop right there and say, no, I can't do it. It's too big. Don't know how. I don't know how most of the things I've done in this world. They're big and scary and blatant and in your face. And I'm like, well, guess I'm doing it. And it works out. That's trust. That's surrender right there. And not the ego self, the ego mind identity, trying to pound it into existence, figure it out all on one's own. If it's up to me, it's going to be, or whatever it is. So make it work. That leads to burnout and exhaustion. When it's one just trying to figure it out, overthink, think, right? Mind effery. No, it's getting out of the way of the doership. Like, all right, source, I trust, I surrender, and I'm following your lead. Now, isn't that a more powerful place to exist? So that humbled gratitude of just staying in, I know it's going to work out. And one of the things I chose to do, and then this is part of my MO, and I would highly recommend this, is that while one is receiving that flow state, the vision is coming through as the conduit as we are, and allowing that certainty and trust and surrender. Like I didn't tell anybody. Nobody knew what I was doing, that walking for 3 days in silence as this was coming through. I was letting it marinate and solidify in me first. So that clarity and certainty is a very important step in that vision. Then I spoke to just a couple people, including my sister and my mom, telling them my vision, of which they were supportive, especially my sister, who's seen me pull off, it's again, not me, it's not the doership, I'm the conduit, pull off some pretty big feats in this lifetime, as she has as well. As you know, she's climbed Kilimanjaro too. And I didn't go public with this right away. I was still letting the formulation of some of these moving parts and all the different ways with the filmmaking and the documentary about this process and some of the details come into light, and let it marinate within me even more, that certainty, because that resolve, that certainty, that knowingness, that level of this is already done, I'm already up there at the top, back down, making documentary film, on to the next project, that certainty needs to be there. Otherwise it's like a fragile little chick coming out of its egg, and it's all you got to do is tell some people who have fear and anxiety and live in their comfort zone, and they can come squash it, pound that little chick down like, you can't do it. The naysayers, even the haters, naysayers, people, Debbie Downers, people that don't believe in themselves, that live in their comfort zone, that get scared off and triggered by someone else's big dreams and goals, right? There's going to be plenty of those out there. I know. I have run into many of them. Maybe you have too. So that certainty of vision needs to be there. And then a couple days later, I went public. Just with absolute glee and humbled gratitude, knowing that it would all work itself out miraculously, magically. And I ended up doing a fundraiser for people that were coming with me vicariously up the mountain on this expedition, and were founding funders for the documentary film, and very inclusive of every step of the process, right? Because I was just going for it, winging it with no training. Some people train for years to climb to 20,000 feet. And for me, from when I decided to do it and I was there in Tanzania climbing, it was 5 weeks. 5 weeks to put it all together. And a safari, 5-day safari, where I'm camping with the animals on the Serengeti and beyond, climbing Mount Kilimanjaro. And then right after that, I started in Kenya and did an overland journey into Tanzania all by myself, which is usually how I like to travel. And no training. And so at that time, I got a lot of support. I also got some fear flung at me, projected at me by well-meaning friends that had a lot of fear. You can learn a lot. It's very telling. If you go public with your dreams, your goals, your intentions, and they're big, and whatever big is subjective, right? And it triggers someone else, don't be surprised if they start projecting their own fears and angst and anxiety or even jealousy on you. And I got some of it. I got it from one of my, at that time, closest friends who came at me like right out of the gate. What if you can't do this? What if you can't make it up there? What if you don't raise enough money? Like all the fears that were in their mind. Cast upon me. And I was just like, from this humbled gratitude, very stable, calm, powerful knowingness, I'm like, it's already done. I've already done it. So I understand these are your fears, you're projecting them on me. However, this big quest, this expedition, and everything that it entails, in my mind, it's already done. It's on to the next adventure. Hi, Anthony. How are you? Say hi, where you're joining from. So long story short, I did go to Kenya, Tanzania, and 5 weeks from the ideation of that vision coming through, climbed Mount Kilimanjaro successfully. Actually, when I got to base camp, I watched someone who just died, a climber that just died, was being taken down, which was kind of bittersweet, sad to see that, because people do die climbing, and it's almost 20,000 feet. There's peril. Some of it you're scrambling up with your feet and your legs, trying rock climbing, right? And you're less than 50% oxygen up there. You can't breathe. So I got some hate from people too, saying, "Oh, this is not a very hard. What you're doing is not difficult." I'm thinking like, well, I'm gonna say, do it for yourself to find out. And summit night was hard. You start at midnight and you climb for 7 hours straight up. It's one of the hardest vertical climbs in slippery shell rocks, straight up with Arctic winds blowing you off the mountain in the dark. Yeah, it's hard. But getting to the top is like nothing else. I'll drop in my film here so you can watch it for yourself. It's good. It's the dream coming to manifest without any of the BS programs of I can't do it, it's too big, how. The entire quest from 5 weeks of the idea coming through and starting to get the ball rolling from humbled gratitude and just knowing this, and then getting there and doing it, and then going on a 5-day safari, and then straight to Spain to walk another pilgrimage on the northern route, Del Norte. That total package of everything was about $6,000, and I raised $8,000 from humble gratitude, just at that time, knowing that it was all going to work out, which helped me with the film and making the film as well, documenting the entire adventure, and just knowing that I wasn't even going to get hurt. Like, there's no training, just show up and climb, and show up and walk, and then 2 big expeditions back to back. And I have to say, like, when you put your trust, your faith, your surrender in source, what can transpire, what can manifest is so much more powerful and amazing than one in the doership and the ego of trying to do it all themselves, right? And also being humbly grateful for all the different players and people and opportunities and gifts that came from this, and being able to take a group of people with me vicariously up the mountain, like intimately, like look inside my tent with me, and admonition of what's happening day to day, like very vulnerable. And it was my honor and pleasure to do that. It was a lot of fun. And now moving into the end of this year, where people are reflective, introspective, creating new goals and visions and missions for themselves, which I highly support and bravo, cheer on. What I would love to impart to you in this live stream is playing around with the idea of being the conduit, the vessel for flow state, for God, source, creator, universe, higher power, fill in the blank, to come through, to be still and know, and let that vision come through with more potency and power and clarity, and not let the cursed hows immediately stop or sabotage or block those beautiful visions and dreams that will come through. And to trust, to know that as long as we are in trust, that absolute faith and knowingness to be guided by God, it's all going to work out. In fact, it's going to work out better than if we tried to do it all and plan it all and think about it, overthink it ourselves. And what a fun journey it is. What a fun, magical, potent, meaty journey on our way to self-mastery it is. And to be able to share that with others and inspire others to do the same. inspire others to do far more. And you can, when the ego is put aside, the ego's in the back seat with its little binky, quiet, you sit back here, you're not driving the car. We get out of that doership of everybody needing to see, oh, me, attention, look at me, accolades, it's all me, doership. That eventually that's going to burn out and become bittersweet taste in one's mouth. Far sweeter is the taste of being divinely guided and allowing that to flow and be dazzled. Allow yourself to be dazzled by the universe. Doesn't that sound like more fun? I'd love to hear your feedback on this one. Yeah, you guys are really quiet. I'm just like blowing you away, right? And so stay tuned tomorrow. Most likely in the afternoon, we're going to do the, not unboxing, the unboxing video is coming today of Prysm.io, which finally arrived. Hooray! We're going to scan the world. And that's just one mission to create more transformation and empowerment for our global soul family. Just one out of multiple that I'm completely committed and dedicated to. And there's more than that, which you'll be hearing about from me soon. So stay tuned tomorrow. Live stream, we're going to do a demo with Prysm.io. Look forward today for the unboxing video and more information. Obviously, reach out to me if you'd like to learn more. We're in a very special window, which I'll be talking about tomorrow, when people can get their Prysm.io, get it in their hot little hands, as soon as possible. Short, tiny window, and this is for 50 countries globally. And I'll be sharing more about my mission, how it all works, how it works with you, because this is interactive engagement. We will be working together, and that's part of the fun, is co-creation, right? To generate together on this amazing journey, this hero's journey together. So stay tuned tomorrow. Meanwhile, share this live stream. If you're watching now, you have missed the beginning, go back to the beginning. As always, it is loaded with gems. And thank you for joining me today, and we will see you tomorrow. Have a beautiful day. Mwah. Stay tuned tomorrow, and look forward to some updates on when. Lacey, come here, Lacey. Want to see Lacey? Lacey the pup. She is scared of our cat, but it's definitely fun animal dynamics today. So it's a good family day, cozy by the fireside. Mwah. See you on tomorrow's live stream.